Today's gradual report is brought to you by the hammock. Oh, sweet bejesus that I will be sitting in. Let's get to it, shall we?
Welcome to the gradual report, where we gradually report.
Silly Steppy 1494, right?
In all caps.
That's because it's obviously very important and extremely urgent. Do a surviving the zombie apocalypse video, followed by 9 exclamation points and a big smiley face. The Zombie Survival Guide. The first thing we need to do is establish what type of zombies we're dealing with. Is it the dead returned to life walking the earth? Or is it some kind of viral scientific infection that is spreading worse than poison ivy on a lesbian love cruise?
Ha! Graphic.
Since the likelihood of scientists unlocking a viral virus is far more plausible than God's wrath returned to man, we have to assume that the infected are contagious. The thing to do is get out of populated areas. Always the first thing to do. It helps to plan an escape route. I recommend sailboats and big rig vehicles, depending on where you live, of course. I mean, if you live in the middle of the United States, you're completely landlocked, sailboat's not gonna help you much. But if you live near a marina, go down to the marina. Force your way onto the nicest boat, and in the immortal worlds of Enya,
Sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away.
at least that's how I remember the song being. Remember, law enforcement agencies will be completely ineffective in stopping you from stealing the sailboat because they're going to be dealing with a bunch of dead people, zombies, what have you. You know what I mean? Now let's say you don't live near a marina and you're completely landlocked. Well, then you want to get into a big rig, some kind of a truck, or some other bone-crushing, people-plowing automobile. The important thing to remember here is that the infected are no longer people. Like dogs and cats, you can run over as many as you can fit under your car. Once you get to a secluded place, whether on a boat or in the mountains, you will need to locate water and set up some type of warning system to alert you of intruders. Like earthquakes and tornadoes, the best way to survive a zombie apocalypse is to be prepared and to not be afraid of turning to murder as a way to resolve simple disputes. What I do to prepare myself is I torture small animals to numb my feelings. That way, when I'm called upon to make the decision for the group as to whether or not this person is infected, even though they're showing no signs, you know, it's just a lot easier to snuff out their life when you can ignore their whimpering pleas. Yeah, I sleep well at night, in case you're wondering. Have you guys met Pete yet? Ooh, terrible, terrible what happened to Pete, isn't it? Shh! Quietly into the sweet night. Obviously, in your prepared kit, you're gonna need a samurai sword or some other large knife. Guns are usually ineffective in killing zombies. I mean, it may slow them down a bit, but really the only way to kill them is to cut their heads off. This is obvious to everyone. Final summation! When the dead start walking the earth, caveman rules are incited. Fight and flight separate the living from the undead. Keep your wits about you, and if you can outlast demons, an empty world of canned food and treats awaits you. I love you, my little lemon drops. And I'll see you on Wednesday, assuming there isn't a zombie apocalypse, where we'll continue our important work.
Take my breath.